up again. So we're gonna get our little truth chat talking tonight. So I'm gonna let everybody log in here a little bit. I'm gonna give you guys just 1 minute, and then we'll get started. So how are you guys doing? I've been like running tight here, trying to catch everything up, and you go on vacation and like look what happens. You got to like pull it all together. So anyway, we're going to get started. And those of you who have joined me, if you're on the Facebook feed, if you wouldn't mind just throwing me in a wave in the chat, just a hand or a hi or a heart or something, I would appreciate it. That would be wonderful, just so I know you're here, and then I can see you. So here we go. Awesome. Okay. Okay, there you go. Hi, beautiful. All right, so we've got people live on Truth Tribe Facebook. We've got live on Truth Tribe Zoom, and we're just going to go with it. So FYI, all of you tonight, I want to say hello. I love you. Welcome to the Truth Tribe. I'm Dawn Thompson. I am so grateful for all of you who have been with me for years, and all you newbies, welcome. I'm so happy to see you guys. So where I'm going to go tonight is reminding you all that you are perfect. Okay. You are all perfect, and there is nothing wrong with you, no matter what I go on. Tonight, I'm a little bit wound up, given that there's some energy that we need to kind of break open to. We're the Truth Tribe. Okay. So it's time for us to start breaking open some universal truths, right? And when questions come from these different places, we have to go there, because truth is subjective sometimes, or it's personal, or it's projected. And we have to start asking ourselves, which is what I pushed out to everybody, was, what is your truth? Is your truth flexible or not? And so these are discussions I'm going to start bringing out into the open a little bit more controversially, and not to poke any of you, but to try and get people to start opening their minds. Why? Because I am struggling to find a platform that I'm not, I had this conversation with my husband, so I'm going to open this up to you guys a little bit. I thought it was because of my sailor mouth, my sailor mouth of swearing. And he was like, I don't think it's your sailor mouth of dropping my F-bombs, which are, because sometimes they slide out, right? And I know you guys know me, that you've been with me long enough to know what it means. It's not that. It's that I'm talking about topics that the algorithms kick in, and then they start basically not censoring me, but I'm getting shadow banned, which means there are only a few people can see my content. So I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to move to several platforms. Where they are, when they are, what they are, I don't know. Right now, my anticipation is to move a lot of live discussions over to a YouTube channel that's kind of private, but you guys can see it, so you can still access, and or to any of the new platforms that are arriving. I don't care. I don't care what their title is. I don't care where they come. All I care about is being able to give you guys brutal honesty, because that's what truth is, correct? So that's where we're going to go today. All right. So when I went into meditation, it was a very mini one, because it was very prevalent. It came up all week long. And so this is kind of what was coming up for everyone, which was, my guides were free is flexible. Right? Free. And it made so much sense given the whole week, what's going on, and the full moon that happened on Wednesday and all kinds of stuff. So I thought, okay, this makes a ton of sense. So when I heard them, and the guides were kind of, they show you in images and ideas, free truth is flexible. And they were showing me, it's like water keeping you in flow with source. And it's not fixed on the external. So the external is when it holds you into boxes. And it's something I teach in the grid, right? When you're stuck in a box, you hit your head on the four walls. When you're on the grid and you're on the highway, you can just free flow. And so source, God, source consciousness, right, is unconditional, which is free flowing. It's unconditional. There are no conditions, right? So it's like when I shared blood, people are like, what do you mean by Care Bear love? Well, y'all know what a Care Bear is, and they just shine love. They don't care who it is, right? Unconditional love is Care Bear love. That's kind of what I was trying to express. It shines like on all things and all people, on all experiences, no matter, right, the environment. your light just shines right past anything in its way. That's flexible, right? So it is expansive and light and beautiful. And the planet right now is transforming from a fixed truth to flexible freedom to keep flowing onward. And that's where we're going. We are in an onward flow, okay? And so in this onward flow, fixed truth is force, okay? And we've all talked about the consciousness scale. So if you haven't seen the consciousness scale, download the I Deserve It app, open up tools, and you'll see the consciousness scale, where the top half above 200 is power. The bottom half below 200 on the consciousness scale is force. Emotions are associated with fixed and forced as opposed to free and flexible. Those are high power force, not to power someone, to overpower. Okay, we'll talk about that. So today's I Deserve It, I send out an IDI text every day. If you're not on it, all you got to do is text me or email me and I will put you on it. Just need to ask. Truth is a choice, and it's a choice of living free or fixed. That's what truth is. So when something is fixed, you guys, you're forced to adapt to the restriction that it imposes on you. Okay. So for example, a box, right? Because if you don't fit into that box, right, you have to then go, okay, if I'm not going to go to this forced, right, fixed box, you're going to get forced to look inside of your internal truth, right? And all inner truth is completely unrestricted and it's all free flowing. Like I was trying to show what I was being seen with flowing water, you know, on my highways in my meditation. But what happens is when you're free flowing, it creates experiences that might not be accepted. And that's where we're all standing like right now on the planet, the whole planet. Okay. I don't really give a crap about, you can talk about what it's one illusion, one theory here, this is the right theory, that's the wrong theory. Throw that all out the door. Who cares? Let's just talk what I've taught you guys about truth energy. Energy is truth. So if the energy doesn't ring vibrationally truthful for you, you can feel it. You don't need to know if it's right or wrong, good or bad. It just feels energetically light or heavy. So if you are in a scenario where you don't feel like your truth is going to be accepted, that's what's coming up. So what if you don't attend that box? Because if you don't attend that box, and what if I'm not accepted by the box of scenario energetically? What if they don't like me? Why do you give boxes so much power? Okay, because we are social creatures. You guys, we're social creatures. We need socialization to thrive. Now, don't get me wrong. You don't need it to live, right? You guys don't need it to live. Animals, think about animals this way. Animals travel in packs. Humans travel in tribes, right? We're all traveling kind of in this tribe together right now. Why? Because we need to have some support and love and let you all know that I love you. There's no judgment. There's no telling you how to be in the tribe. I just love you for showing up and being by me. Okay. And so not living, but thriving. Animals travel in packs. Humans travel in tribes. Each one of you guys has your own facet of energy and your talents and your beauty and your puzzle piece that makes this beautiful tribe, a kaleidoscope of color. There's no color that's unimportant. Thus, like the boxes and the fixed truths out in the world right now, okay, they're trying to break you up into colors of all forms. And that is total bullshit because it's all important. Okay, so let's go back to truth is choice. All right, I'm going to keep you guys on this option because we just want to woo-woo about truth. And that's not what this is about. That's not what you're about. So what the fuck, I'm going to swear tonight because I'm just like, you're right. I'm going to test the algorithms, just, you know, not intentionally, but it's just, it gets me so irritated. Okay. What is your truth? What is truth? What is living your personal truth? Okay. It's not about right or wrong. As I said, it's not about good or bad. It is about flexibility to expand out of boxes in every area of life. And we are all feeling the pressure to choose what it is for each of you, okay? Each of us personally. So not participating in an external fixed truth can feel like tribe alienation in some way, right? Because if you don't fit into that tribe and you're alienated, where do you fit? Where are you accepted? And if you're being told what your specific truth is, that's not truth, and that's not flexible. That is force. That is not empowerment, right? So let's put power into perspective, okay? Truth is a choice, and it's a choice of living free, not fixed. So when you think about fixed truth is not flexible, guys, right? Fixed truth is fake happy. Oh, I'm so happy to put this thing on, to be controlled, to not be able to go anywhere, to be blocked. Y'all lying to yourselves because you're telling everybody you're happy. You're not happy. Fake happy is visual. You can't fake your energy. And I tell you guys this all the time. Energy doesn't lie. Fixed truth is externally outside of you. You don't live out there, you guys. It's an inside job. So these whole pity parties that are happening on the planet is truth that is fixed. Using victim labels that have been going on for so long, for lifetimes, right? Victim labels and words for yourself. I'm talking about you. This is about your truth. To describe your misgivings because you're accepting a fixed truth that isn't yours. And so you become this victim going, but it doesn't work, and see what happened to me. It's not true, because the fact is, honesty is here and it is not going away. Okay. I'm going to share with you guys, I have been traveling a lot lately, and it's been more of an external, like I've been observing, right? Because as I've told you, none of my truth has changed for 2 years. It hasn't changed for 10 years. This is who I am. Okay. But my husband and I were traveling quite a bit lately. Okay. And it's been extremely enlightening. Why? Because if you want to get out of this fixed reality that's trying to be imposed on the planet, right? You're going to have to wake the fuck up. Seriously. That is what's going to have to happen. My husband and I just returned from Idaho skiing. Again, I think I told you guys I was on vacation. It was my birthday birthday month. It's called birthday month. Okay. But I was skiing in Idaho, and I got a total reality check in returning when we came back to Washington. We drove from Washington, where it's externally in Washington very fixed, right? So the flexibility went from total free truth, right, in Idaho, to back to a fixed truth, and watching humans still accepting this false reality to live when they can actually live free, right? And a lot of us aren't asking ourselves this question. So seeing how many are now awake still and not awake. That's what it's been showing me, right? And I mean awake to your freedom of truth, your freedom of reality, the reality that facing and thinking and opening up your soul and going, okay, the reality of this face thing mandate in Washington, I'm talking about, right, is scheduled to end. This is what made me laugh. It's scheduled to end on March 28th. And so when you get here, it's most like, and I had to open up my mind to understanding this, right? That most are like, well, you must wear this face thing to cover until then. But then on the 28th, the air that you breathe will be clean, but not until 3 weeks from now. Okay. But if you step on the border between Idaho and Washington, it's like you go like this: safe, not safe, safe, not safe. But you can stand on the state line and decide if you're safe in this state of air or not safe. I need you guys to think like this. It's time to start opening your minds. Okay. This is craziness that people have been accepting about every topic in the boxes of your reality, right? The table is safe. If I touch this table, safe. But if I walk through the building, the air is not safe. Okay. It's different states choosing flexible or fixed truth of power. You have to start opening your mind. Okay. Go to Arizona. I just went to a 10,000 person concert, like barely standing room only, shoulder to shoulder, but airplanes aren't safe, shoulder to shoulder. All the same air, guys. It's just different states choosing different flexible or non-flexible, fixed truth or flexible truth. And I'm not talking about people or states energetically. I'm talking about you. Okay. You can sit home, guys. You all can sit home and stay on your side of the line, the state line. You can sit at the same table you want. You can never leave your home. You can be very, very safe until you all die. Very safe. I'm telling you, you can. You absolutely can. But you're in this truth tribe. So you have to start waking the fuck up. Okay? And when you're listening to this and you're listening to your mind, and it's not about right or wrong. This is not a right or wrong discussion. Okay? You can decide to sit in safety and die. That's okay. But when you are expressing your need to take away another's power, because you're not willing to see your need to hold on to a fixed truth instead of free living, that need to not think independently, it's what's giving you all discomfort right now. Not you all, but like the whole planet who's struggling. That need to be safe, but you're not thinking independently or in your flexible freedom. Because you have to ask yourself, when I am going, the air is the same thing. It's not different. So the purpose of this call tonight is to ask you guys all one question. Okay, write this down. If you have a pen in your hand, please write this down. What kind of life do you want to live? Let's switch it to I. What kind of life do I want to live? Okay. What the hell does a Care Bear heart even mean then, if I'm sharing that with you? Because people are like, oh, it's that great Care Bear heart. I don't mean it to be a little baby, little bear heart love. That's not what I mean. But I've been sharing with you guys for 2 years how to delete the TV wizard's input, and I mean digital wizards, and dive into your own soul. You cannot avoid the universal energy in the universe pushing you to ask this question. What the fuck does truth really mean to me? Because it's a really important question. Okay? Yeah, see, everyone's saying it's time to use our brain to take back our personal power. It's your personal power. Absolutely, these questions and comments are coming in. Okay, so I need you guys to go, because a lot of people are like, seriously, Dawn, the whole Care Bear heart, it's not rainbows and unicorns. It's not rainbows and unicorns until you have a brutally honest conversation with yourself. And are you expecting others to be inflexible like you? Sit home, be safe, tip, oh, safe, not safe, safe, not safe. That there's no logic and reason to that, yet you're playing it, right? Now, I get it. We're going to go dive deeper into this. Okay. And I just need you to hear that, because the truth value of things, flexible or inflexible, is all about projection, right? The projection of your truth. Because if it's your truth, if it's your internal personal power truth, as this person commented, right? If it's your truth, you are 100% speaking it, you're living it without needing any acknowledgement from others to agree or accept it. That's the difference. So thus, that empowered truth, think of the word empowered, right? That's empowered truth, because you don't need anyone to accept your truth. You're going to live it either way. But it gets tricky. Okay, so here's the tricky part, you guys. So it gets tricky when you want your truth to be accepted by others, right? That's force. Power, force, right? Power is all those consciousness energy states above the consciousness scale: love, acceptance, neutrality, all these beautiful words. And then below is anger and regret and control. Force. Okay, that's force. And when you're in that state, you also, when you need someone to accept your truth so that you'll be accepted and you can accept them, that's when you become the authoritative person who has to make others accept your truth so you can live in that safe space at peace. And I'm going to break the hell out of this, is safe is not living. Secure, peaceful, sure, but safe is not living. And you will not exceed. You will not succeed. Not in this truthful awakening, not in this spiritual awakening, because go back to the beginning of this call. God source is unconditional and it flows. It's free flowing and it's love and it's purity. It's beautiful God source energy. God does not go, oh, safe. Oh, less energy. Give them light. No light, light, no light, light. Give them light, no light for them. No, no, no. That's not source God energy. That is not free love God energy. Okay? So again, if you have rules on how you want someone else to live, you are already trying to step into a fixed truth. That's it. Okay. If you want to live free, it's going to require a whole new ball game, guys. Period. The universe is asking, is this your truth, or are you simply projecting, get ready, what has been projected onto you? And I'm going to call it again, TV wizardry. Now I'm using the word TV. Please blanket that for me, you guys. Okay. Like digital, generational, the family generational DNA downloading. Okay. It can be all digital TV download wizardry. Okay. I get asked all the time this question, doesn't this crap affect you? And the answer is no. Why? Why? For one reason. And that's it. Because I check it energetically to see if it's a fixed or flexible truth. Like if it's a truth that feels flowing, it doesn't feel strong and rigid. And I test energy. I taught you guys this. There's different ways to test. Feel it. Does it feel heavy and hurtful and strong and constricted? Then I can feel the energy, right? But if it feels free and flexible, that's why it doesn't affect me, because you can feel when things are just talk and not real. And so I want you to watch when things make you angry, right? It's low frequency, it's fixed, it's projected from overpowering frequency that it started at. Okay. So think of it from that perspective. If you get angry from something, check the fixed source that it's coming from. Does it start from anger? Does it start from something that wants you to be angry? Is it fearful? Is it starting from fearful? Is it telling you, oh my gosh, it's going to happen to you? They don't know. How the hell do they know? It's a fixed external truth. It's not your truth. It's not source truth. It's not God truth saying safe, not safe. Do this, then you're safe, but they don't know. It's not delivering multiple options instead of a fixed truth. It's delivering fixed truth. And if it's delivering fixed truth, it's likely forcing you to forego your personal power. Okay? And if it's forcing you to forego your personal power, you are not in power, which means you are not standing at a high frequency. High frequency is powerful to all around. That's that God source energy, right? And it gives you strength. Okay. A good example of this is it kind of made me laugh. My husband, I didn't think he really realized this, but we were having this funny discussion last night at dinner, and we were talking about my name, right? And my name is a good example of how I stand in my truth, my power, right? And the reason I say this, because it reminds me if I am in power, right? And it shows me how I've built confidence in my life to not adhere to other people's judgment or labels of me, right? So my name is spelled D-A-U-N-E, and I get it. People are all like, oh, what does that mean? Like, how do you say your name? And the joke is I've been called so many names in my lifetime, and it's funny because I can be called often, daily, Dwayne, right? Which I think is funny. Deune, Dane, Duan, Diane, DT, you name it. And I've been called things that they're like, I don't even know what that is, right? Do I get upset? No. I just say, yep, that's my name. And I move on. I was giving birth. I was pregnant. And they called Dwayne. Like, Was she expecting a pregnant man? Maybe. But that's what's funny about it. I was like, okay, that's me. Right? I don't care if you call me white, brown, a clown, or a completely different name made up, Genevieve. Why? Because I live in my free truth. And I'm fully empowered to live my life in love. I can laugh at you. I can laugh at what you're doing. I can laugh at knowing what you're doing energetically feels like it's controlled and fixed and it's going to break and you're not going to like it and it's going to be uncomfortable until you go, I don't want to do this anymore. And you come with me and we go have fun. I can do that because I love you no matter what. That's where I'm coming from with all of you about inner truth. Your own truth can be confusing as to what it is if you don't allow others to question it. So we're like, well, how dare you judge me? How dare you call me Dwayne? It's okay. How will you know if you are bigger than a name? If you aren't called Dwayne or a clown or racist or raunchy or restricted or rigid or rude, how will you know? Are you rude? Are you rigid? How will you know? Am I Dwayne? Am I racist? Am I restricting? Am I rude? No. So I don't really give a crap. That's where I'm trying to get you guys. Call me whatever you like because I'm flexible with my love and it flows easily and freely. And we have to be careful with that because we can get ourselves stuck. So if you are accusing or being accused, I want you guys to look at maybe what that fixed projection that you are living in and ask yourself the question again. I had you all write it down. Do it again. Is this the life I want to live? Right? Instead of saying, that's unfair. They were mean to me. They called me a name. And is that true? Because if it's not true, why do you care? A simple, no thanks. I'm not. I gotta go. I want to live free and loving and free to be me. But I love you anyway. I don't love you because you call me a name. I do love them. I don't care. I think it's funny. Actually, they're giving me attention. They could ignore you and not talk to you and let you be alone in your house, safe. So all truth is correct. Yes, that's everybody's like, well, I don't understand. How's my truth and their truth true? And it's all true, Dawn, and it's all okay because you're not holding them accountable to make you happy, right? So with all truth being correct, my friends, as long as you're in sovereign in your expression, if you are suffering in it, it's not your truth and it's forced. But if you're sovereign in it, going, oh, yeah, I'm happy with who I am and what I'm doing, and I'm not going to force you, then it's independent and it's free and flexible. You can overpower or you can empower. Do you hear the difference? Overpowering or empowering is always in power, right? You are always in power of which one you choose, overpowering or empowering, but you are in power of which one you choose. Over, in. Because empowering you guys is compassion, right? I want you to think of it that way. Empowering others is having compassion, saying, I believe in you, even if you're being an asshole. Even if you're being a jerk, even if you're doing something I don't like, I believe in you. I don't believe in the TV wizards telling me what to believe anymore because that's a rigid, restricted, inflexible truth. But when you're empowering and you're bringing compassion and you're feeling and understanding for people, doesn't mean fix them, doesn't mean help them. It means I believe in you. In power is peaceful and neutral. Okay, nothing anyone does will delineate you from your truth when you're empowering, which is lifting up above that consciousness. And these are all universal truths, you guys, and they are the universal truths. Here's some universal truths for you guys. Love, kindness, and compassion. Okay, they are not controlling, they are not criticizing, and they are not cruelty. So when someone is doing something because they are loving and they are doing kindness and they are doing compassion and they believe in others, that's flexible. But if it's controlling and critical and criticizing and cruel, you have the option to back out and go find free flow. Truth Tribe is 100% heart truth. It's Care Bear truth, you guys. And that's where freedom rings. In here, where I have you guys tap every day, we're going to do it again every week. In your own soul, instead of external judgment, you are simply free to be who you are. Are you allowed to tell everyone else in the tribe how to be? No. You're supposed to love them and go, all right, I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me what they're doing, but I love them anyway. I'm going to go do this. Fixed truth is force. Please write that down. If it's fixed and it's forcing you to do something you don't want to do, safe, not safe, safe, not safe, that's forced. And that is not truth. It is time to wake up and stop waiting for you guys to get rescued and start expecting respect. For people to respect, if they're respecting your truth, your sovereign truth, your personal power truth, then they are in a free-flowing truth. And it's a free truth. Okay? Respect comes when you stop expecting others to live your truth. They will respect you because they can feel your energy is allowing them to be them and that they allow you then to be you. That's what creates tribes of power and expansion and love. It's like telling an artist, sorry, you need to go be a mathematician. No different. And they're like, I'm not going to do your math. I don't even know how to do math. Well, then you're going to be miserable the rest of your life because you're going to be a mathematician, even though you are the most powerful artist on the planet. No, they will be miserable for the rest of their life until you let them be them. Okay. So what simple things can you guys do to expand your body and your mind and your spirit, your truth in your heart? Okay. Your spiritual truth. How do you expand them? So let's think about mind. How do you expand and be flexible in that flexible truth? Okay. What beliefs do you have that are fixed? Someone just put this rigid truth. Do you have rigid truth on things? Like, that's a really good comment. Like, wow, do I have to think about that? What beliefs do I have that are fixed? Do I have expectations of people? And if they don't fulfill them, I'm going to hold them in judgment and anger, and I'm going to be calling them names and tell them they're bad. Ooh, it's a thought. It's a belief. So what beliefs, think about your mind expansion, are fixed that you could expand? What about your spiritual truth? How could you expand that? Yeah, someone said, what a waste of energy, right? Spiritual truth. This is one that I find fascinating, okay? Spiritual truth, whether you believe, whatever you believe in, okay? God, source, Buddha, Jesus, Krishna, God, I don't care what the title is, okay? Allah, source, energy, a rock, okay? But let's just use the Bible because it's easiest. What Bible did the people in the Bible follow? I want you to think about this. This is like the safe, not safe air, okay? God is inside of you. Find it. That's spiritual expansion, okay? I'm not saying don't read the Bible because it's good, beautiful, juicy stuff in there. I'm just telling you to consider that they're in every aspect. If it's a fixed truth that you can't move out of and you're being called a sinner, then I say that's bullshit, because those people were just as loving and they had nothing to follow and they taught us love. All right. Body. Let's talk about body expansion. How can you expand that? If you can read the Bible, I had an aunt share with me something out of the Bible. It was some Jesus phrasing and it was so beautiful. And I was like, oh, so she just warmed my soul. Didn't matter where it came from. It was a beautiful phrase. And she was telling me about herself. She wasn't telling me to think it. So she was using it, something loving. But if you're going to use something that energetically high consciousness to control people, then you turn it into a heaviness. See the difference? You turn it into inflexible, fixed. Body. what have you been told? And I mean, whether it's someone you know and you love them and they've been told this, or you've been told this, physical body expansion, okay? What have you been told that is either incurable or you have something that you just have to accept it? My answer is don't accept it. It's total bullshit. I've seen it across the board on every energy, on every illness, on every topic, on everything. Some MD that was not flexible in understanding a higher truth said, this will always be this way. It is not fixable. And my answer is bullshit. It's bullshit because I've seen it fixed. Everything I've seen it cleared. Okay. And then truth talk. Think about your truth that comes out of you. Start with yourself. Am I being truthful with myself about my fixed beliefs, my fixed truth? Am I expanding that fixed? Am I talking to myself in fixed truth? Or am I telling others what their truth should be? Am I standing empowered or am I standing in force? Okay. So we talked about all this consciousness I know before, but I'm just resharing it. Okay. Okay, you guys. All right. So let's hit into a very quick planetary update, and then I'm going to go into questions. Because I need you guys to start opening your souls. The energy is pulling you guys so thick that we can feel this. I mean, you literally can feel the vibration and headaches and thickness and heavy weighted thoughts. And then it gets super light and you're still having ringing. It's a little bit less and it's more. Then you can't sleep. Then you're wired. Then you're exhausted. It's weird energy, right? It's awesome because it means you feel it, which means your cells are upgrading. Okay. So planetary update, I'm going into a old planet. Why? Because this is what happened, you guys, yesterday. Cool. So planetary update. I like doing some history and now for you guys so that you can kind of have a blueprint of what it looks like visually. Okay. So yesterday, I know questions are coming in and I am, I'm going to hop into those questions in just a minute. Okay. So a lot of them are coming in. I promise I'm going to get to them. So planetary update, I'm going to talk about Pluto. Okay. So why Pluto? So yesterday, February 20th, and I think, yes, it's the 21st today. So yesterday into tomorrow. Okay. This energy of these few days. Power hungry Pluto. Pluto is the planet of Scorpio. Okay. Pluto returned to the degrees of 27 degrees and 33 minutes in the sign, in the constellation of Capricorn yesterday. So I teach you guys astrology. So remember the planets, all these planets are orbiting, okay, in the sky, in the universe, in the galaxy, okay? And Pluto moved to the degree of Capricorn. There's 30 degrees of every sign. And so it's hitting the last degrees of Capricorn. It hit 27 degrees of Capricorn. The position that Pluto sat, okay, when the United States, so we all have a birth chart, okay? So in the United States' chart, its astrology chart was signed on the Declaration of Independence, was signed on July 4th of 1776. So in 1776, when the date of that date, on the 20th, 22nd, actually, I think it is, but on the 20th, it moved onto this degree, okay? It moved into the same sign, the same degree, the same energy as the Declaration of Independence was signed. So this is good. This is a big deal. Why? Because since 2008, I've been commenting about Pluto's move through the constellation of Capricorn. And remember, it takes 30 degrees and it's so slow because it's so far out, okay, orbiting around the sun, okay? So it takes 16 years for Pluto to move through a constellation, through one zodiac sign. It takes the moon 2 days, okay? Because the moon's super fast, right? And it takes the sun 30 days. Then it gets through the next sign, and 30 days in the next sign, right? So that's why we call our sun signs the birth sign, your birth date. So Pluto takes 16 years to get through the constellation of Capricorn. It's hitting the last degrees of 27 degrees, which was yesterday. It hit that sign, critical degree. Why? Because it has shaking Pluto is the planet of death and regeneration. It's been shaking up for the last 14 years, 14 and a half, shall I say. Corporations, Capricorn rules corporations, governments, financial systems, hierarchies. That's what Capricorn and Pluto are doing. It's shaking it up and it's degrading it. Okay, it's breaking it apart. So Pluto, this transformation planet, planet of transformation, death, and regeneration. Basically, it destroys things in order to rebuild. Okay, see where I'm going with this? So it's bringing energy. We have been feeling Pluto's presence for the past couple of years, you guys. Why? Because you felt it pushing into the last degree, saying, I need to just basically degrade, break down, burn, kill, end, degrade the last of these hierarchy, control, fixed energies from the pandemic, from you're seeing parents and protection, their energy is expanding. You're seeing mandates breaking and expanding. You're seeing communities come together. The truckers I was talking about come together to protect each other. And now this energy of attention moving into cryptocurrency, all community-based energies, representing Aquarius, which is about to move into in 18 months. It took 16 years it's going to take to get there. And now we're moving into this next stage of love and connection and Aquarius and communal. But Pluto had to do it. Now, what it did is it's hitting the US chart. It's kind of like, I know it's not when the US was born, but it's trying to explain to you, it's like the birth date of when it happened, when we got our independence written, that declaration, okay? So the reason I'm bringing this all up to you guys, when planets return to the same point they were during key historical moments, okay? Astrologers, all you guys pay attention. They pay attention to this. Why? Because they have profound messages with wisdom. And the reason I say this is, why wouldn't we pay attention then? If we knew what happened then in the same energy, right? We have to look at it and go, okay, astrology studies not what's going to happen. It's not a future predictor. It studies cycles, and it studies the language of both the heavens and the planet and the energy of here on Earth. Okay. So in astrology, an astrological return, when Pluto came back around to where it was back then, right? When it returns to its transiting motion, when it comes back to that same degree in that same spot of a past event, and it's happening right now, today, you're likely to see themes from the prior cycle that are going to repeat. From a human development perspective, from us, right? The cosmos are giving you guys a chance to learn from the planet's prior visit, but get ready to do it better this time. Are we going to do it better this time? Here's a Mark Twain quote for you guys. History does not repeat itself, but it does rhyme. Oh, that's what's happening right now. It's not repeating itself to go, oh my God, it's going to be scary like it was before. No, it's just showing you energy cycles. So what's happening right now? Like 1776. Is it igniting maybe the next American Revolution? Yes, I believe it is. How is this Pluto return coming back around from, it came all the way around 200 and some years, right? How is that Pluto returning back to that crucial point? How will it challenge the world's current empires? That's what you need to understand, because that's what Capricorn rules. Control, the sheriff, the power, the control, powerful. I want to be empowered, pushed up. No, they want to be overpowering. Think of Russia, China, US, all the big global governments, okay? They all want to leverage Pluto because they know what Pluto is doing for us, because Pluto's on a quest for control. That's what they want. And the world superpowers are trying to see this drama of Pluto coming back around and seeing, are they going to override it? You think they're not looking at the universe? You think powers trying to take back power aren't looking at it? They can all they want, but energy doesn't lie. And a few weeks ago, I referenced to you guys these powerful dates. And one is tomorrow, when the actual USA Pluto returns. and it's sitting at the number of February 22nd, 2022, 2/22/22. These are the dates surrounding this energy. So if you can't make this stuff up, you can't make the timeline, you can't make the Pluto return, you can't make everything that's crumbling. Just because the TV wizards are telling you it's not happening, I call bullshit. It's happening. So not only is it in the USA having this Pluto return, right? It's also at this rare coincidence that Pluto's over here, and now Neptune also is in the same position it was then, which happens approximately every 83 years. It takes it to get to this opposition with Pluto and Neptune, okay? I shared this a little bit last week, 2 weeks ago. So as I keep trying to share with you guys, this is like 100 to 250 year cycle of energy that you guys are watching. And, okay, it's Neptune's turn to say, now, instead this time around, again, we're not repeating history, we're changing the way we interpret it. So this time around, Neptune is saying, now we're in a spiritual alignment with this transformational alignment. And now it's a revolution of love and light, which is indicative of the spiritual Pisces energy. Now, spiritual Pisces can get cloudy because it's the head in the clouds, it's the spiritual, it's the higher realms, right? So you can get cloudy thinking, which is good when you use it to your ability to God and creativity, to find flexible freedom. It's not great when you get lost in fixed old truths and you want to project from the unknown sources, unknown TV wizards that you don't even fucking know them, and you're letting them control your truth. Safe, not safe, safe, not safe. No one's standing there to tell you, but your mind is playing that program, and you have to pull out of it, pull out of the delusion of the head in the clouds and go, wait a minute. Source consciousness, truth consciousness, higher, proof of your soul consciousness. That's what's happening to you right now. Okay, so it's now being transformed into the age of Aquarius, which runs into the people. The communities are empowered, not overpowered. What's crumbling is the overpowering is crumbling, and the empowering is building and regenerating. Okay, that's where I'm trying to get you guys. You choose to live in fixed truth or free truth. Okay, you're either going to be, either is going to be accepted, you guys. Fixed truth, right? Or free truth, right? The difference is the tribes that you commune with is what will shift. That simple. So they're either going to be two versions, enlightened or expected to do what you're told. Transformation is unavoidable. So you guys are going to have to decide to choose free or fixed. Fixed is overpowering. Free, flexible is empowering, pushing power into it. Okay? That's the energy. That's what just happened. It happened in the sky. Most people wouldn't even have known it if you didn't know about astrology, but it's happening, and it's happening now. Okay, tonight's tips. Real quick, I'm going to go into all these Q&As coming in. Number one, free or fixed. Are you empowered or are you forcing? Okay. What kind of life, number two, what kind of life do you want to live? Your truth or their truth? It's very basic. Okay, number three, what will you address from brutal honesty truth in your body, in your mind, and in your spirit? Okay, your things, your thoughts, and your truths. What will you address? Are you living in a fixed rigidness, or are you living in a free flow? Okay, everybody tap right here. Tap your chest. This is your thymus, remember. Your thymus is your healing center, right? Your immune center. Let's tap in the nervous system, and let's say, I am courage, I am love, I am in my truth. I am courage, I am love, I am truth. Okay, I'm going to open up Q&A to the rest of you guys. What topic do you see yourself falling into fixed truths? It could be body, it could be mind, it could be spirit, it could be medical, it could be, oh shoot, I keep watching the TV wizards and I think they're right and I want to go do this instead. Okay, that's okay. So those are the fixed truths. It could be not the TV, it could be not medicine, it could be religious truths. You're right. Oh my gosh, you're right. I keep forgetting I'm not a sinner. I'm not negative. I'm not bad. I am God's source consciousness and I am loved. Okay. Go ahead and comment in the Q&A for me if you like. What topic do you see yourself falling into a fixed truth? And then I will comment back on them. Okay, so let me get you guys into these questions. Please address marrying, living with your truth, with hoping to awaken others around you without being an authoritarian. The word she used is how she already caught herself, hoping. When you're living in your truth, you don't hope anyone will be anything. You just leave them be. They could be jerks. They could be assholes. They can be whatever they want. You don't need to hope them to come to your side because your energy. Guys, let me just explain it to you this way. This is the best way I can describe this because this is hard. I get where she's coming from. Instead of trying to tell someone how to live their life, you just living in a 2, 3, 4, 500 frequency. Let's just say love. It's a high frequency to live in all the time. But let's just say you're living in love, okay? Or you're living in neutrality and you're at 300, okay? You at 300 will break everyone in that fixed truth system. You'll break all generations behind you. It's like you went in with scissors and clipped them because your energy is like a pebble in a pond and it starts rippling out. They feel it. So it feels good to be around you after a while instead of going out there and being in fixed box truth. So I know it's hard because you hope they will come around you, as opposed to what I'm saying is you don't have to explain yourself, just be. I promise they will adapt. They will find a way, but trying to hope or expect, that's when we get ourselves in trouble. Okay? Does that make sense? Same with schools. As hard as it is, it's very hard to hope and expect. Okay? All right. So someone said all the symptoms you just described are from 5G. They are from 5G, but they're also from so many different ways. So I'm trying to tell you, if you get fixed in, it's 5G, it's 5G, it's 5G. Okay, someone's saying the symptoms of ear ringing, your ears are ringing, your headaches, you're exhausted, you're wired. It can also be from your physical cellular makeup, your DNA. Someone said not sleeping. I'm with her. My husband's like, you need to sleep. I'm like, I don't need to sleep, right? And I think it's funny because I'm just wired. And then all of a sudden I'm not. And then I'm tired. And it's weird random times. And I'm not a napper. So I'm trying to get caught up. Yeah. And so my answer is your cells are literally dumping weighted energy and they're lightening up to this higher frequency, to this higher fifth dimension. So 5D symptoms are also 5G symptoms. So fifth dimension and 5G, you can call it what you want. People were struggling with the bug that we all got, the virus symptoms that you all got. Guess what? Those are also symptoms of ascending to higher vibrational frequency. Flu, cold, exhaustion, run down, aches, pains. Those are also 5D ascension symptoms. So we can call it anything you want. That's fixed thinking. That's fixed box control. Oh, be scared. Instead, you have to go, okay, I'm going to let this flow through me. So once it's weighted out, I can remove it. Okay? That's the difference. We have to start opening that soul part. Okay, so someone says that's exactly how I'm feeling too. We have to start opening ourselves going, okay, the second I give into a pain in my body, right? I'm like, all right, well, that's what you're doing. I literally start telling it. So people who are bringing up the symptoms, okay? These are the questions coming up. If a symptom shows up, I stopped giving it fixed reasons. I stopped saying it's from 5G towers. It's from me ascension, having ascension symptoms. It's from me, oh my gosh, I'm getting sick with the bug out there, the thing, right? Oh, it's from that. I quit giving any of that. I said, oh, it's just a pain in my body. You must be lightening up your cellular membranes. You must be lightening up the weight in yourself so you can go to a higher vibration. So you can live in love and live in consciousness and live in acceptance, and it won't be uncomfortable anymore because you just free floating through it. Once I do that, I walk away from it, and all of a sudden, like hours or a day later, I'm like, huh, that pain, the ringing, the sleeping just disappeared because I stopped holding it accountable to a fixed thought experience, and I just let it flow. That's where we're at. Does that help? Okay. Okay. So we're going to have to start learning to be flexible with everything, body, mind, spirit. Okay. Does that make sense, guys? Hopefully it does. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Why did this week feel weird and emotional? I know it happens a lot, but this week I was feeling it. Okay. So this last week they're talking about up till now, it was a full moon on Wednesday, right? But the thing about the full moon is that it was in Leo. Okay. I'm not going to go into all that because I prepped you guys for it, but Leo rules self. That's why, right? That's what came up for everybody, right? So if you suck at self-love and expressing your needs and who you are and your truth, which is why I brought this topic up tonight, because that's what was coming up, right? It's not going to be easy or an easy topic for you to embrace. So when things were coming up and asking you or poking you or emotions or someone from the past or an experience or a belief system popped up, right? Because it was telling you, does this work for you? And if it came up, it was probably just to tell you it was happening, not to be mean to you, but saying, are you ready for this? Are you ready to love yourself? Are you ready to put your truth and your empowerment for real this time? Huh? Right? That's what was happening. So it's time to ask yourself the same question I stated earlier. Is this the kind of life I want? It's not saying, hey, is that what they're doing over there? Is that okay with me? Is that the life I want over there? And they're not doing what I want, so now I'm not going to be happy. The past week, I felt the air is open, clear, and free, like breezy summer evening air, very refreshing. So some people, this opened up a lot of free flow for them. Some people felt emotional because they're not as good as this person at saying, this is my truth. I want to love and spoil, let's call it spoil the crap out of yourself. If you're not good, go ahead and comment in the chat. How many of you are good at spoiling yourself? That's a really great question. Nope. So Susie, a lot of you guys are already going, yeah, well, then it's time. That's what this Leo energy was saying. Please just try. Just try. Okay. That's what that topic was coming up. That's why when you felt a little wonky, it was not negative. It was saying, are you ready? Can we do it now? I'm not good at that, but I am getting so much better. And I was grateful it came up for me because I was able to express some emotional stuff that I needed to get out and going, it's time. Okay. So what if I don't think so this is the next question. What if I don't think I'm fixed? Oh, okay. So they're saying, what if I don't think I'm fixed, but I'm not moving forward? So if they're saying, I don't think anything's wrong. I think I'm doing great. I don't feel fixed, but I'm not moving forward. So if you're judging or having a fixed belief about how another needs to act or be okay in your world, then it's a fixed truth. That's my point. If you're not moving forward, right, you're not being flexible. So are you able to live and let live, right? So if you're not moving forward, then you probably have some sort of fixed belief that you have to start investigating. Are you able to say, okay, this is what I want. I'm going to go make it happen with or without you. This is what I'd like to do with or without you, with or without all the boxes out there helping me or not helping me. Guys, you all have a supercomputer in your hands on a daily basis. And if you don't have a phone that is a super phone or whatever they're called, what are they called when I call them super phones. Smartphone, thank you. There's someone help me. If you have a smartphone in your hand, you have a supercomputer in your hand. If you don't have a smartphone, then get on your computer and type in, I want to know how to heal this naturally, organically. Use those words. Thank you, Chase. Smartphone. I was on the way. Superphone. So it has so many superpowers in it. Okay. If you aren't stepping into how you're healing, excuse me, in the own power of your own hands, in that superpower smartphone that's super smart, it will give you whatever you want. Then you add power to this of using your spiritual truth and going, okay, God, angels, spirit guides, guardian angels, could you help me and put whatever thought or belief or information or topic I need to learn about that would help me feel better physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally? Could you just download that into me and maybe like help me find it on this smartphone? It will be smart enough to connect energetically from my intuition, from my intention out into this phone. And oh my gosh, an idea or solution will pop up. How freaking cool is that? That's how basic we have missed this whole planet. We're not being given all this technology to hurt us. You just have to take back your power. Okay, we're at the dot, guys. We're on our time here. I'm going to close out questions at this point. But I needed to remind you guys that you all are freaking badasses. Okay, and please stick with me. Stick tight on, if you're not on the daily IDI text, get on it. Personal, like send me a DM, send me a message, send me a private message, email me if you have to. I'll put you on it because this is where I'm going to keep you guys updated. If I have to move platforms, so what's happening, I'm opening the door. I'm going to talk about all this stuff from now on because y'all are badasses and it's time to start expanding. If you want to live to 150 healthy, strong, vibrant, powerful, sovereign in your biggest badass truth, start stepping into that truth because that's what an astrology chart, that's what astrology DNA wisdom, that's what your DNA holds. You're all bigger and more badass than the boxes have told you from this point forward. And I'm not accepting it anymore. So we're on our way. We're going to go live our biggest badass truth. And I'm going to bring you with me and we're going to bring as many people as we can. So in closing out, remember that the Truth Tribe is always free. Okay. You can get on the Zoom call and wherever platform I move to, you can get on there. You just cannot get the replays if you miss them unless you download the I Deserve It app. It's that simple. Go to the App Store on your smartphone, the superphone, download the I Deserve It app, tap on Truth Tribe. It's $2.99 a month just to get the replay. That's it. If you don't care about the replay, you can get these anytime you want because that means you get to be with me here live. Okay. So download the I Deserve It app. All my tools, all these tips are in there. I love you all. Remember that I will see you on Monday. If you have any questions, open up the app, put it in the consciousness or the community wall. Let's start sharing with each other, you guys, because seriously, this is a good place we're going. Pluto is going to rip open the seams and we're all going to go, oh my gosh, this is amazing where we're going. We're on our way. I love you. I wish you all brightest blessings. I will see you in a week. Have a great night. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.